We don't have to make this on a super long one. They just got a full episode like 3 days ago too.
Who?
The classmates, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's kind of like, little Thanksgiving bonus.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
It's the cranberry sauce.
Let's see, office hours. So there's one office. There was only one when I looked, but I haven't
It's a
looked.
Thanksgiving dish. It's pretty
in a
traditional.
couple of days.
And it's a side.
Shit ass.
Okay, yeah, here we go.
gotta
All
make
right,
it
so
taste good.
office hours.
I do.
They put a pic in the comments. Shout out to the gang. Y'all were a big inspiration on me starting a podcast. I'm debating
We made
real
it look
shit.
too easy.
DRP. What are some pointers you'd give to people new in the space, office hours?
Yo, this is the
Hashtag
second time we've been approached with this question in the last 2 weeks, right?
So he's looking at starting a new podcast. What are some advice that we give?
Let's all go around the room.
Yeah, I would say, sit down for another 2 weeks, and then really think about if you really want to do this shit. Because it's plenty of people who just kind of want to start a podcast, but then they get the chance to ask a question and all that shit, and they don't really, bark to the bite.
This nigga Tony. Oh my god. This nigga
So the first
said-
step to start a podcast is don't, and then see if you really crave it 2 weeks
So
later.
the first step is question yourself, nigga.
No. Put a little bit more iced tea on it. Nigga.
But I mean, I don't know. It's really like, I mean, tips.
The
I don't know.
DRP.
The real.
I guess
Does anybody have any real
shit.
tangible?
an audio
I do.
interfacer.
Oh God, I was about to say I got some.
I was about to say an audio interfacer. I mean, it.
They be selling these little kits on Amazon now. I wasn't. We weren't in a position when we all started podcasting to where they were
Buy-
selling Amazon kits. So I
Audio
think this-
Technica.
Yeah, I think the audio setup and the setup is going to be a lot easier for y'all. If you go on Amazon, they have
Or
Amazon kits.
if you
and
want-
I used a cell phone for the video aspect of it for the first 5 years.
the
Probably.
first
we,
5 years.
we did that, but I have high standards. We bought that camera, nigga.
Yeah, right, you did, you did.
We pimped it out with the video for it. We had to, but
Yeah, for a while.
It just wasn't. It didn't line up as smoothly as we wanted it to.
Yeah.
But the
Really?
audio and the video. And all
I mean, yeah, it's like tips. It's so
the real tip is don't even buy that kit because there's plenty of niggas who completely just wasted $800
Nah,
because
man.
they wasn't serious about this shit.
Oh,
genuinely,
yeah, check Facebook Marketplace
nigga.
first.
No, fuck that. Don't buy nothing. Just use your phone for a month, and if you still doing it a month later, then start investing in the pieces and shit. But like the thing
I
is,
don't know.
podcasts
You're
are
starting
so,
off trash then.
no.
but
He's
you're
saying,
starting off righteous.
No, he's saying our story.
Okay.
We had to start out on the phone.
Gotcha.
We had to do that. Don't start on the fucking phone.
if you have the money,
Why?
Go. What's that place? Guitar Center. If you're a little like skeptical of like
Guitar
ordering
Center or
offline.
Sandmash or some shit like that.
Last time I was in Guitar Center, they literally had like
They got the whole setup for you.
it's called a podcast setup, and it's like a couple $100. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want it, you want it, right?
Yeah, if you want to do it.
But that's probably the most
If you
important part.
think you want to do it, that's why I recommend, nigga, just start off in the cave for
you one
a
of these
month.
cautionary niggas like don't even start.
Yeah.
Why?
Because this is like, I'm not trying to discourage niggas from
That's
doing
what
it,
it sounds like.
but it's such a saturated game because a lot of niggas, like, it's kind of just like a random thought that they have, and it's a 2-week project that just filters out. So why waste $800 on some shit you're not really committed to?
They can always return it.
Which is why
Well, you're a grown consumer.
you keep a
Right.
I keep everything.
Yeah, like I don't think the market is saturated. Nigga, the market is saturated for us. You like
yeah.
even though we've been doing it longer, we hasn't been on the masses long.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
But
Like,
how many podcasts were you aware of when you first started off that is no longer doing this shit?
yeah, not a shit ton.
All of them.
You're right.
I don't know a single one. That's why I recommend niggas just slow the fuck down. You might not want to do this for real.
Oh my god, be quiet. Another tip, like that.
What y'all got to deal with Amazon or something?
No,
What the
it's just
fuck?
like nigga.
I would like
I
one.
understand what you're saying,
Matter of fact,
yeah, and
I'll
I should
put-
probably just say everything everybody else is saying.
but it
right?
doesn't make like it's not. These niggas want advice.
Right,
Another,
yeah,
giving
he
them
wants to
advice.
start-
another good solid advice
Yeah.
is one like at least 2 reels every week. Like if you're not uploading at least 1 reel every week, if
Yeah.
you're starting out,
You gotta
a
long story
couple
short, you have to
reels
have the
every week.
video component.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Your thumbnails don't have to be crazy when you first starting out, but if you have the ability, if you have a MacBook,
Yeah.
Make it look pretty or whatever, do your
Honestly,
thing.
I would say the biggest hint of advice is you have to, if you're going to start a podcast, you have to agree to yourself that you do it for 1 year. I don't think if you're not willing to do, now I'll hit you, if you're not willing to do it for 1 year.
Don't buy all that shit.
Well, that's the thing. You're saying just don't even do it. Sit on it for another 2 weeks and shit. I'm saying do the podcast, but when you buy the equipment.
No, that's what I'm saying. But just start off smaller. Because
you don't need to start off that small.
That's what I suggest.
Yeah, but I just say if you do it, you need to commit to a year, because when I started the 3 podcast, we didn't have more than 20 plays across all platforms for 48 weeks or 42 weeks. Then on week 43, we had 150 plays. So it's like, when me and Shane started it, I told him, I said, bro, I don't know who's going to listen, period. Yeah. They know me as a rapper. That's it. And a guy that does events every so often. I don't know who's going to listen, but we'll just do it for 1 year and see what happens by the end of the year.
Yeah.
And then literally, if that episode at 42 didn't come up and that happened, we would have stopped. I would have stopped after a year, because it's like, all right, 20 people, 18 people a week listen. But because it
What's
hit
the point of this?
Yeah, but when I hit 150, I was like, oh, now and then it grew 500, and then it's,
And Anchor for Spotify is a good distribution platform. It's nice and simple. You can even like record on that shit. Mm-hmm. So Anchor for distribution is pretty good.
Yeah, if you're just starting off, you need that infrastructure, Anchor for sure.
But it's really
gonna
weird.
Put you
like,
everywhere.
When we first started, like we never really, like niggas wasn't asking for advice. So it's kind of weird, like
you just went and did it.
Seeing people like ask for advice. It's like, it's pretty simple.
Yeah,
you know what
and
I mean?
then another thing is not only doing it for 1 year, but you have to be consistent with whatever the fuck you are. So like, you have to pick a day that you release. Mm-hmm. You have to pick a time that you release. Like, it's just what it is. Like, those 52 weeks, you need to be hitting all those dates, unless obviously something, you can start missing shit when you've been so consistent. Like, you know what I'm saying? We were late, not really, but like we were late on our first episode officially last week, and y'all still got an episode regardless, and you're still getting one now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
but because we're serious about this.
Yeah, even though you just got one Friday, that's not stopping us. That doesn't mean we get a vacation from tonight's recording. You know what I mean? Right. So
it's really no like don't
commit to it. Simply is what he's saying as well.
Commit to it.
Well, commit to it.
Don't overcommit to it until you are sure that this is what you want to do.
Commit to it and you'll find out if you don't want to do it.
But you could, my point is that you could find that out without wasting $800 in the process.
Why? You don't know.
First
Why
are you so caught up on how much you're spending?
First of all, if you're going into any business, right?
So you already thinking about getting profit from it. How do you know you're good enough?
First of all,
how do you know this is something that should be reeled up?
By doing it.
You have to, first of all,
that's literally what it's.
First of all, you have.
I'm not saying that you shouldn't do it. I'm just saying that you don't have to get what we have to start off.
Tony,
nobody said that.
Nobody said that, bro.
Nobody said.
I feel like something is really missing, and I don't want you to think like we're picking on you, but like something is confusing.
Y'all just disagree, and it's okay when y'all all disagree.
He feels like we're picking on him. Okay. But I mean, look, regardless,
my opinion is my opinion. I don't give a fuck.
Oh my sad Tony.
So there's another piece of advice in what he said. Have your opinion, don't give a fuck. In the sense that like, have your own opinion. Make it a strong opinion. They say it all the time for people who, especially if you're like the main person doing it. You know what I'm saying? Have an actual opinion on something. Don't try to just follow what you hear or what you see. Have an actual opinion of your own. Learn how to synthesize your own opinion.
It's a game of repetition. You feel me?
That'll
just
get
keep
you there.
doing it.
Yeah, that'll get you there. But
yeah. You got to keep putting the rest in.
Having a strong opinion too.
Yeah,
I forgot about that. Some people have podcasts and they don't have strong opinions though.
Right.
Like, so that's not really a thing.
And even if it's not like
it's
uber
weird,
strong,
though.
but just like also, it's very important to have a strong opinion. But it's synthesize your own opinion, because you're going to be able to. If it's your own, it's going to come off that way.
And we don't know the nigga behind the camera. We don't know if he's already like this outside of not being in front of a camera. Because if you already are that person, just be yourself.
Facts.
All you need is the mic in the setup.
But
true.
Buy the fucking mic.
Yeah.
Buy the cheap mic for $200.
Yeah.
Spend the money.
Get you some shit. If anything,
you can't spend $200, $400,
then
you should be able to start.
Asked out already.
Yeah, my original setup equipment, I already had a laptop, so I'm not counting that cost. But I didn't spend more than $300 on the original setup,
bro. And like
$350 max on the original setup.
You know what I'm saying?
And that setup carried like
3 years.
That setup carried like 4 years.
iPhone as the camera.
Yeah.
When you record, like change the settings to like 4K.
Because all I literally needed was the interface, which is the most expensive part, and the amount of microphones I needed. And at the beginning, it was just two of us, but Amazon was selling a Shure a 3-pack for like. We're still using the same mic from year 6 ago. Like these mics are 6 years deep. Same mic. So
invest the money. Invest the money.
Because that's what he did.
Yeah.
Invest the money.
But it was less. Totally. It was $300 or less. No more than that.
Invest the money.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean that's
for
mandatory.
Sure.
The other one is up. The other one is in the note.
Is in here, yeah.
Yeah. There's only 2 office hours right now, but it's like this episode's only been out for 2 days too, y'all. So it makes sense. So, all right, you want to read that one? It's nice and long. Hashtag office hours.
At what point should black men give up the Hood Act? And I guess this was a specific moment.
Yeah,
does anybody remember?
Yeah, we pretty much thought they're going to kind of go in.
All right, it seems mostly only in hip hop do black men past age 21 to 25 still behave that way. Should we stop right there and kind of dissect that? Or, I mean...
Nah, keep it going.
All right. Figmunity's clip with academics, Boosie being 40, marching the streets against snitches, Young Thug having a snitch radar at 30-something, Meek using social media to dictate street politics to his young bulls. I like how you say young bulls.
Right.
At what point does hood behavior become disadvantageous? Disadvantageous. Ugh.
Yeah.
/ trashy. Great podcast as always. Shout out to my fellow Jamaican American too. Bye.
All right, so he's asking. This is hard because you're asking niggas not to be niggas. So there's a certain level
He's
of
asking us a couple different questions.
Yeah, it's like this. The thing, bro. It's like I understand what you're saying. Hip hop is a degeneracy. Like they celebrate that's celebrated in terms of its degeneracy and violence. There's certain aspects of hip hop that get marketed more than others, and a lot of the times it's that negative shit. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna get people who live like that, and there's some people who live that life for real, and there might be some of these people that you name, such as like the Figmunity niggas, Boosie, Thug. They come from environments where that's where they have to always do, and just because they're millionaire rappers doesn't mean they're gonna change.
I was about to say, being a biggit has no like tax bracket, has no age code. Like there's no code being a bigot. That's basically what he's saying. Like being a nigga. That's all a nigga is, a bigot. Like just you know what I mean?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's just, you give a racist nigga
stuck in your ways. You feel me? Like
you give a racist nigga a couple $1 million in fame, they're gonna be the same. You know what I'm saying? So
being stuck in your ways has no tax bracket. At what time does it become? I mean,
the hood behavior become disadvantageous. Damn, that one is a kind of a doozy when you're reading it.
Hey, nigga, working all day a little high.
I mean, look, man.
Nigga, it was disadvantageous from the start. That's why you fucking did it.
We get it. We get it.
What time does hood be?
Are you gonna be gay this whole episode?
We get it.
You gonna bitch
I don't know, bro.
Why are you so mad? You need to take a chill pill. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Nigga, all I said was acting hood is always a disadvantage. He's making it seem like it's ever been a good thing.
Oh, I didn't hear you. Well, you was talking in your old mad pouty voice. I didn't hear you.
It has been a good thing.
Maybe you should listen.
It has been a good thing because like we could say Sexy Red, they like how honestly ratchet she is, and it's profitable for her. So it is. It's when it stops becoming that when we stop making people 100,000 and millionaires off of it. But that won't happen because niggas love nigga shit. Even people who have never experienced or would never act like that, they enjoy watching. What is it? Menopause. It's not menopause. Menstrual show. Niggas love watching menstrual shows. All people of all races. So it's something that you can't avoid. It's just something that you would just have to tune your algorithm to not see. But unfortunately, if you're into hip hop, then you're gonna get a healthy dose of it on a pretty consistent basis.
Sexy Red got lucky.
And some of these seem a little bit.
I don't think so.
Nigga, you know how many Sexy Reds there are in real life?
There's a lot, but all of them.
But how many of them like profit to the degree that she has?
They're not also running around like making music and shit.
But rebuttal, that's like saying like Cardi got lucky. You get what I'm saying?
They still put some sort of work
It's a bunch of niggas that sound like Cardi, even when Cardi was kind of original.
Yeah.
But it is a little, like some of these are worse than others. Like Meek Mill, like not directing his young bulls to do good things is a lot worse than like, what is it? Boosie being 40 marching on the streets against snitches. Like that's a lot worse.
Yeah. I mean, that's who that nigga is though.
And hood behavior, what is hood behavior?
He's also Jamaican. He's Jamaican American. So he might be viewing FBAs like this as well. Like, see what I'm saying? He's looking at it through that lens as well too.
Shout out to you, my brother.
Oh, okay.
So
Lauren, you kind of get what he's saying.
You should give up the hood act once you live past 21.
Yeah, so he's looking down on African Americans in America, kind of. It could be. It could be.
I mean, we probably just made it that.
It could. No, it could. He could be viewing it through that lens because an African American from America wouldn't speak on black people like this because we know there's niggas like this in America. He's Jamaican American. He could be looking down on that version of hood African American.
There are niggas that speak like this.
Yeah, I was about to say this.
No, there are. I'm saying he could be coming from that lens, like because we're going through this, we're looking at it like the question he's asking, like when are they gonna stop being niggas? And some niggas are niggas. You know what I'm saying? It's as simple as that. But it's like this whole spelling out thing.
It's like
how do you even view it in that lens unless you're looking at it from a different perspective? Does that make sense?
I
yeah,
see.
but maybe I feel like it's real actual hood niggas who are wondering this same question.
Yeah.
Like at what point in time do I have to stop
niggas will be
caring
niggas.
about stupid shit?
Yeah, but earlier we
And
were like
upholding dumbass
earlier we
laws.
were like trying to dissect every line, like why are we doing that? And I'm just saying that's something to note. He could be viewing it from a different lens, essentially.
He could be a little racist.
If we're breaking it down each line like this, you know what I'm saying? Like
It definitely put it. Him being Jamaican American, it's like he could be 5% racist. Like fuck it.
he could be
Just being in like
Just
Just
gonna
gonna
racist.
throw that right on.
5%
right
ain't
there.
a lot though.
But if he's Jamaican American, he's from here.
Yeah, but I mean
the cultures are different though.
the household.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
The household is just like
There's no Jamaican niggas in the hood.
No Jamaican niggas in the hood. Yeah, but the
But
Jamaican culture
even-
is different than an African American.
even
Like
even Kai was talking.
a South Carolina Geechee culture.
Even
like,
Kyle
it's
was
all
talking
different
about it
cultures.
on $1 Million Worth of Game, bringing them back up. But he was like, you know, if you want to be a content creator, especially coming from a Caribbean family, like he even's like a Caribbean family.
Yeah, it's different. Like a Haitian's
nigga,
upbringing
it's
is different than a
different, yeah.
Dominican. It's
Dominican.
like, so
Yeah,
everybody
your
has different morals and shit like
Your
that.
mom probably think you a failure, nigga.
I've always felt like they thought that for a long time.
Exactly. Yeah.
sure.
I didn't. My mom still
My
don't know what
pops
I do.
wouldn't send me to music school. Yeah, my
All I'm
pops
saying
wouldn't
is
send me to
it's
music
gotta
school,
be
bro.
Jamaican hood niggas, like regardless of what the fuck his mom is
For
talking
sure.
about.
sure.
But it's for the most part, like with this now. I mean, I don't know. I mean, hood behavior. But
Niggas will be hood. Niggas are gonna be
Nigga,
niggas.
once you 21,
But
that's
I
when it
feel like-
stops. None of them niggas think they gonna make it past 21. So if you 22, you fucking survive.
At
Just
what
give it up.
time?
Boosie's 40. He definitely didn't think he was making it. He was on death row and beat that. This nigga thought he was over with. He thought it was over several times. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
This question is like a real, like this could be a whole like hour video. Like
Yeah.
like why are black men? You know what I mean? Like nigga, I don't know, slavery. Like it's very easy. It's very easy to be stuck in your ways when you've only known one thing.
Right.
So it's just like, at what time does it become a disadvantage though? Shit,
The
when you get
wording,
locked up.
the wording is, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's like, what do you? It's like, what time does it become a disadvantage? I mean, shit, nigga, when it's not working no more. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
Like, it's plenty of hood niggas that are just
Right.
hood niggas. You know, like, I mean, I don't know.
So, yeah. Well, who knows?
That's a good question though. But you know, hopefully you got something out of it
He might have got it.
because this nigga he comments kind of often.
Who? He
This
does. Yeah, he does. For sure he does.
Right.
He's sick of the niggas. That's what it sounds like. He's just sick of niggas.
He's sick
Doing
of
nigga
niggas.
shit. And it's just, you might have to switch genres, man. You might have to go country.
That Fig Community clip when that nigga was laughing was kind of nigga-ish though.
It was ridiculous.
And we was laughing at it.
It was ridiculous.
He's talking about us.
Get entertained out of it. Like, we're using it as entertainment. This is not the life you want to live, probably, but it's entertainment.
We called him racist, and he said a great podcast as always. That's crazy.
You said 5%, possibly.
Which is low, but it's still.
And all I
you know,
said was he just might be looking at it from a different lens because he's Jamaican American.
you know, we watch what we say very carefully.
about it.
We're professionals.
We're professionals.
We're professionals. Fuck it.
But that's it, y'all.
That's the only office hours?
There was only 2. So
We doing something wrong, man. Office hours in the comments. Any questions or concerns? If you really want to know
but it
what
was only 2 days too, to be fair. It's a little bit misjudged. Should have had him flooding in though.
I'm about to say, nigga, come next year, 2 hours, we better have at least 24 there.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But,
right.
you know, as always, you know, office hours, you know, ask us something.
Yeah.
Something. You feel me?
Like,
What is it like in North Carolina?
A lot of people don't even know we're from North Carolina. Somebody commented and said, I thought y'all niggas was in Jersey. I said, what?
Why would we be in Jersey?
I don't know. He said, apparently we sound like Jersey niggas. But then he also said, I thought Tory Lanez was a Jersey nigga too. I said, oh, so you don't know.
He watched the video when we was talking about Tory.
Right, that's some shit like.
We was probably making
He
jokes
said
on
either
his behalf.
Tory or somebody else that he thought was also from Jersey. And I was like, I never thought that either. You know what I'm saying? So
Nah.
he just might be terrible at judging niggas in whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Niggas up north, it's like, you know, egos.